Hello, I'm Mantastic and Fantastic, and today I'm going to be discussing how a system works in Puzzle & Dragons. So this video will actually probably be used in numerous articles in the future, as if I need to reference what a system is, this will be a nice explanation along with this little text inclusion. So in essence, a system team is a team that basically has lots of haste and allows you to use multiple actives repeatedly because the haste will charge up your other actives. Now, this is quite popular, especially in solo mode, because if you play co-op, you actually don't have a way to hasten up your allies or your partners' cards because haste only affects the current team. So that means only the leaders and not your partner subs will be affected. So obviously haste has significantly more value in solo mode. And the teams I'm going to showcase here are basically solo mode teams, basically. Or teams that are made to do solo mode. So the most common team is a team with 4 haste actives, and in order to do this you need to have 4 cards, either leaders or subs, mixture of both, that have at least a minimum 7-turn cooldown and a turn of haste. And that means you're able to use 1 active every single turn, and it will actually hasten up your other cards, as well as cycling through your actives. So if you look here, on turn 1, you used haste number 1. Turn 2 is haste 2, turn 3 is haste 3, turn 4 is haste 4, and then on turn 5, you actually use your first card again because of the haste from your subsequent other actives. And then you just repeat this cycle. So with this, you actually are able to cycle up your other 2 cards' actives because they will actually not be functioning. Well, sorry, they will not be used, and that means they'll be gaining haste every single turn, so they'll charge twice as quickly. And this has seen a lot of value on the Fire Xiangmei teams, Sumire teams, and Awoken Cao Cao Scarlets. Obviously there's more teams, but those are just kind of quick examples. So I'm just going to show a quick case, a really quick video of how it's going to work. So basically this team here has 3 max skilled Scarlets with the 7-turn cooldown and 1 turn of haste, and I just brought a Xiangmei friend because I couldn't find a Scarlet because no one runs her really. And I'm just going to enter this and just show you how the haste works. So as you can see here, all my hastes are up. So what I would do is I would use the first haste right now, use the haste, and then I match something. It doesn't really matter what I match. And then I would, on turn 2, I would use the second haste card. And then I would match something. So if you look here, like, there's 26 turns or 29 turns, but they'll charge up much quicker because, see, it's 25, and then when I use the haste, it becomes 24. So that was turn 3, I used the 3rd haste active. Just matching anything, it doesn't really matter what I match. You have to actually match something, obviously, for the system to loop. And then finally, I go to my friend's leader, which is the 4th card. I use the haste, and then boom, I make some match, doesn't matter where, and then look, lo and behold, the first card came back up. So that means it's looped because if you look here, the second card is 2 turns away, so I use the haste, match something, and then turn 2 is up again. So then it cycles. You see the cycle, it's how it works. So if you had like a Sumire system where you had dual Sumires and 2 Sumire subs, you basically use 1 Sumire every turn, you're spawning those 3 water, 3 hearts, and you can probably farm a heart across every single turn, so on and so forth. And it allows you to charge up your other 2 cards who are not being used. So a system is quite powerful because you're able to use cards very frequently, and if you're using, say, Xiangmei or Sumire, you're able to stall longer because of all those hearts. And then finally, the other type of system is a team with 6 haste actives. And now this is possibly a little excessive because it's not practical to run, say, 6 Sumires or 6 Xiangmeis, but it would allow you to basically use 3 actives every single turn. And it was mostly popular for the Scarlet system. So if on turn 1 you use active 1, 2, and 3, and then on turn 2 you use active 4, 5, 6. I'm just quickly setting up the team really quick. And then on turn 3 you basically get to use your 1, 2, and 3 all over again. So I'm just going to hop into Endless really quick to show you how that works one more time. Just making sure I grab a friend who's max skilled. And transitioning over. So I have basically 3 Scarlets I'm going to use on turn 1. So 1, 2, and then 3, and then match something. It doesn't matter what I match. and then obviously does damage, whatever. And then on turn 2, I'm using Haste active 4, 5, and 6. So then I match something, and then lo and behold, I actually have my first Haste active ready again. This is turn 3 now. So on turn 3, I use the first Haste active, goes to number 2, now 2 is ready, and use number 3, 3 is ready. Match something, and then on turn number 4, I have Haste number 4, and then I'd use 4, 5, and 6, and then it just repeats. I basically get to go back to 1, 2, and 3. So I just want to do this one more time to show you, and that's how a 6 Haste system works. It's not really practical because no one really runs the Scarlet system anymore, but it's just worth keeping in mind. By far the most common is using the 4 Haste system active. So hopefully this video is informative of how a Haste system works. There are many different ways to use it. Like you have Grizzard, you have Zero Infinity, you have Scarlet. So you have options for different Haste actives you can use. So just keep all this in mind. So thank you for watching, have a mantastic day, and happy puzzling!